I'll never forget sitting across from a mom in a consultation a few weeks ago who looked at me dead in the eye and said, I feel like we've done so much. We've tried everything we possibly can for our child, and yet here we are, still stuck in the exact same place. And man, I felt that because as a dad myself, I know the kind of emotional toll it takes to constantly be searching, researching, and hoping that the next thing will finally work. You try every doctor, specialist, supplement, and therapy. You clean up the diet, cut out everything under the sun. You rearrange your entire schedule around appointments and care plans, and yet your child is still struggling. That deep exhaustion, that feeling of running on empty while still pushing for more answers, more progress, more hope. That's become the norm for so many families. But the crazy part is, it's happening at a time when we've never had more tools, more therapies, more options than ever before. And still, the rates of chronic illness, developmental delays, and behavioral challenges in kids has skyrocketed. So the question becomes, what are we missing? From everything I've learned as a dad, as a pediatric chiropractor, and from the hundreds of families I've walked with through their healing journeys, the issue isn't always about doing more. In fact, in many cases, it's about doing less, but doing it in the right order. Because what if the real missing piece wasn't the next supplement or detox or therapy, but instead it was the one system that holds everything else together? What if it's your child's nervous system that's been the issue all along? That's what I see day after day. Parents come in with these color-coded binders, reminders on their phone for when to give supplements, therapy schedules that are more intense than a full-time job, and yet their child is still anxious, not sleeping, struggling to focus, melting down in public, or getting sick all the time. And it's not because they're not doing enough, it's because their child's nervous system is completely dysregulated. The foundation itself is cracked. The nervous system is the master control system of the child's entire body. It coordinates everything: digestion, immunity, movement, behavior, speech, emotions. If it's in a stress mode, stuck in fight or flight, then no matter how many good things you put on top, therapies, interventions, or clean food, the body simply can't receive it. It's too busy protecting itself. And that protection mode shows up in all kinds of ways. Maybe your child struggles with sleep or digestive issues. Maybe they get sick constantly, or their emotions swing like a pendulum. Maybe they've hit a developmental plateau, or worse, started to regress. These aren't random problems. They're signs of a system that's out of sync and under stress. And where does that stress often start? We call it the perfect storm. It begins way earlier than parents realize. It starts in the womb with maternal stress. It escalates during birth, especially if there's interventions like induction, C-sections, forceps, or vacuum use. And it continues with early life exposures like antibiotics, toxins, and even too much screen time. All of that can derail the development of the nervous system before your child even has a chance to fully function. So then the nervous system becomes stuck in survival mode and everything downstream suffers. The gut can't digest or eliminate properly. The immune system becomes hyperactive or weak. The brain struggles with attention, language, and emotional regulation. That's when you get the labels: ADHD, SPD, ASD, PANS, anxiety. But the labels are just the surface, not the root issue. Still, it's the nervous system. And here's the deal. If you try to build anything else before you stabilize the foundation, it's going to collapse under the weight. And what's happening with good parents doing all the right things, still seeing no progress? We're trying to plant seeds in rocky soil, but it doesn't have to stay that way. The power of neurologically focused chiropractic is that it starts with the foundation. We use a tool called insight scans to measure exactly how your child's nervous system is functioning, where the stress is, where the imbalance lives, and how that's affecting every other system in the body. Then we provide gentle, specific adjustments that help restore balance, activate the vagus nerve, and bring the body out of fight or flight and into healing. And the most beautiful thing is, when the nervous system regulates, everything else starts to fall into place. The gut begins to function better, speech therapy becomes more effective, PT and OT finally gain traction, emotional regulation improves, sleep deepens, behavior shifts, and resilience builds. So if you've thrown the kitchen sink at your child's health and you're still not seeing the results you hope for, it might be time to go back to the foundation. Start by checking the nervous system. That's where healing begins. If this hits home and you want to learn more about insight scans, how they work, or what neurologically focused chiropractic care could do for your family, you can click the link in our bio or call our office or talk to one of the parents in our team who's been right where you are. We'd be honored to walk with you.